Katie Price's husband Lee Andrews has become the target of online jokes after unveiling a dramatic new hairstyle just days after reuniting with the former glamour model in Dubai. Fresh from his release from Dubai's Al Awar prison, Lee returned to social media looking noticeably different, swapping his previously closely shaved hairstyle for what appeared to be a much fuller head of hair. The transformation immediately caught the attention of followers, many of whom questioned whether Lee was wearing a hairpiece rather than showing off natural hair growth. Katie, 47, recently addressed speculation on her podcast, explaining that her husband hopes to undergo a hair transplant in the future while dismissing reports that he had already had the procedure. Until then, however, Lee appears to be embracing a temporary solution. After debuting his new look, Lee declared he was reinventing himself, posting a video from a barber's chair showing off his freshly styled hair. He later appeared alongside Katie in a new photo shared on social media, but instead of focusing on the couple's reunion, many followers zeroed in on his hair. Comments quickly flooded in, with users joking, "What the toupee is going on here? Give the wig a name, and it's one of those stick-on hairpieces." Others compared the look to television comedy characters, while several questioned whether the hairpiece looked convincing. When one follower asked directly if Lee was wearing a wig, others quickly responded that it certainly appeared that way. The jokes intensified because Lee had shared footage of his dramatically fuller hairstyle only 6 days after appearing with an almost completely shaved head following his release from prison. The apparent overnight transformation sparked widespread amusement across social media, with memes and parody videos rapidly circulating online. One viral clip jokingly imagined Lee being taken away with very little hair before reappearing with a full hairstyle after his release. Rather than taking offense, Lee appeared to embrace the humor, even liking several of the parody posts himself. His online activity surprised many followers, particularly as some of the posts had also been liked by people who have publicly criticized him in the past, including former fiancée Larna Percival and journalist Ellie Henman. Despite the online ridicule, Lee continued documenting his makeover, returning to Instagram after another visit to a Dubai salon. Showing off his longer hairstyle, he admitted it still needed some styling but said he was pleased with the results. "So this is when you try to reinvent yourself," he said in a video. "This is the wet through messy look. We're slowly getting there. It's not too bad, is it? I'll keep playing around with it, but I think it's doing the job." Lee also thanked his stylist before joking that the hairstyle looked a bit pineapple-y for now. His changing appearance comes after weeks of headlines surrounding his imprisonment in Dubai. Lee disappeared from public view before Katie initially claimed he had been kidnapped. Reports later emerged that he had been arrested over fraud-related allegations, although Lee has consistently denied those claims. Instead, he insists he was detained after being suspected of espionage and says armed officers took him into custody before he was later transferred to prison over what he describes as a civil legal dispute. In a lengthy Instagram statement, Lee maintained there is not one shred of evidence that he has been charged with fraud and criticized those spreading alternative versions of events. He also claimed he was taken to the Qatar border at gunpoint before being held by armed officers, alleging he was physically assaulted during the ordeal. While Lee continues defending himself against the allegations, It is his unexpected hair transformation that has dominated conversation online, with many social media users treating the makeover as the latest bizarre chapter in an already extraordinary saga.